All right, so Max Holloway is probably in the weirdest position I've ever seen a UFC fighter with all the success in the world. So, in typical Max Holloway fashion, last night he beat Arnold Allen, which was an undefeated fighter in the UFC, unbeaten in the UFC, and he made it look pretty easy for Max Holloway. It wasn't the most entertaining fight, a Max Holloway fight that we're used to, but still he got the job done. That's the most important thing when it comes to fighting. Duh. Of course, the hot topic is what's next for Max Holloway. This guy has fought Alex Volkanovski 3 times. He's lost 3 times. So especially in that trilogy fight, it was a clear beat down by Alex Volkanovski on Max Holloway. So now, is it the quadrilogy time? I highly doubt it. I mean, if you look at the featherweight division right now, there's really nothing for Max Holloway that's really exciting. There's talks of Max Holloway facing the Korean Zombie just because Max Holloway grew up at the same time as the Korean Zombie when they're both in the UFC, and he thinks it's just another legend to fight, and he'd be really excited to fight the Korean Zombie. But for us fans, I mean, we all love the Korean Zombie. If you don't like the Korean Zombie, I don't know what's wrong with you. He's an amazing guy. He's a great fighter, but we don't want to see the Korean Zombie get knocked out and just get pieced up by Max Holloway as a retirement fight.
To the commentary team.
I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. Don't do that to the Korean Zombie. Please, please don't do that. So it's weird. Like what's going to be next for him? So the upcoming fight is Alex Volkanovski against Yair Rodriguez. You would think, oh, if Yair wins, Max Holloway would fight him next. Obviously, duh. But that wouldn't be the case. It's Volkanovski. He's been so dominant. I believe he's the pound for pound fighter, best fighter in the world right now. If not, he's the second behind Islam. No, I'm pretty sure he's still the first though. But regardless, besides the point, if he lost to Yair, let's say Yair lands a spinning wheel kick KO on Volk would get the immediate title shot. That's what makes the most sense because he's so successful. And that's what has happened time and time again. When there's a dominant champion, they lose. They always get the immediate rematch because that just seems the most fair and just the most reasonable thing to do. And then there's another hot topic for Max Holloway is the fact that maybe he can move up in lightweight to give him some more options. But lightweight's an even bigger shit show than the featherweight division. There's so many guys who are deserving of a title fight, and it just wouldn't make sense. Like, it doesn't really make sense for Max Holloway to jump up and wait, and he's not going to contend for a lightweight title anytime soon when there's Beneil Dariush and all these guys, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, who are chomping at the bit to get the next title shot. That doesn't make the most sense. Just as a fight fan, I guess the only fight that really would excite me for Max Holloway is the Ilya Topuria fight. I think Ilya is just a beast, and he's got those takedowns. He's hits like a truck. He's very interesting. That's the fight where I'd be the most scared for Max Holloway besides Yair and Volkanovski, obviously. So that's who I personally would want to see him fight, just because it'd be exciting and it's just something actually enticing. But what will probably happen is the Korean Zombie. Let me know who you would want to see him fight next, because it's just a disaster right now for Max Holloway. It seems like this guy is just gonna fight the up and coming contenders, clean them out as much as he can before he gets the next quadrilogy fight. Like, he's probably gonna be facing Volkanovski 5 times in his UFC career.